Assalamualaikum. I am Natasha binti Badrisham and my matric number is S48835. So today I would like to present my final year project progress titled Study on the Relationship of Indoor and Outdoor Air Quality in Nurseries of two public higher institutions. My supervisor is Professor Dr. Marzuki bin Haji Ismail and my co-supervisor is Dr. Samsuri bin Abdullah. So basically, indoor air quality refers to the air quality within and around building and structure, especially as it relates to the health and comforts of building occupant. Poor indoor air quality can adversely affect children's health, comfort and school performance. Next, outdoor or ambient air is polluted with dynamic mixture of pollutant from both natural and man-made sources that can enter building and affect the indoor air quality. Nowadays, airborne pollution has become a major concern because of the exposure and its potential negative impact on human health because it contains dust, fume or odor in harmful amount. It is also can be defined as a mixture of solid particles and gases in the air. There are two major contributions to air pollution, which are indoor and outdoor air pollution. Indoor air quality refers to the air quality within and around building and structure, especially as it relates to the health and comforts of building occupants. People think that indoor air is safe and protective to live more than 8 hours, but indoor air pollution is dangerous than outdoor air pollution. Next, outdoor air quality refers to ambient air that mainly consists of NOx, SO2, O3, total suspended particulate, lead and particulate matter of different sizes. So let's move to problem statement. In this modern era, air pollution is one of the environmental challenges facing the world today. Regarding to WHO, it has become the biggest environment risk to health. Thus, the study on indoor and outdoor air quality in nursery is important because nursery are the most important indoor environment for children beside home for their first social activity. In fact, children spend most of their time indoor where air pollution is often higher than outdoor. Depends on 4 to 5 hours, children spend classes in the morning and will be fetched by their parent and will spend the remaining hours at home. Next, poor air quality lead to the bad effect to human health, especially children. In fact, 93% of the world children under the age of 15, which 1.8 billion children breathe air that is polluted, that puts their health and development at serious risk. Lastly, outdoor particle pollution concentration are a major contributor to indoor concentration, where many sources of indoor particle, including automobiles, industry, many combustion processes, can also result in indoor air pollution. Okay, this is my methodology. First of all, site selection. I have select two nursery which are TPK UMT and TPK UNIZA. The parameter measure is temperature, air movement, relative humidity, carbon dioxide, PM10 and carbon monoxide. Next, to achieve objective 1, I need to interpret data. The data was collected during sampling and analyzed using ANOVA and box plot analysis. Next, indoor-outdoor ratio was used to determine the relationship between indoor and outdoor air quality parameter to achieve objective number 2. To achieve objective number 3, spatial mapping was constructed using SketchUp and Surfer. Last is writing and thesis submission. Okay, now result and discussion. Figure 1 shows the wind speed level. The indoor wind speed level is not complied with ICOP IAQ 2010. This is because of the use of fans and natural ventilation inside the nurseries. The wind speed is important because it can exchange the air in the building and pollutant inside can travel through the building as air flows from areas of higher atmospheric pressure to areas of lower atmospheric pressure. Next, figure 2 shows the temperature in the nursery at UMT and UNIZA area with range 25 degrees Celsius at minimum and at 33.8 degrees Celsius at maximum, which S2 area are not comply with the standard limit ICOP IAQ 2010 of 23 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius. Both nurseries are using natural ventilation, and the temperature in the building is increased because of poor ventilation system. This condition happen because of the natural ventilation. It depends on wind and thermal buoyancy of the driving forces. Okay, this figure shows the level of relative humidity at two different areas. Box plot analysis clearly shows that all the area exceed the ICOP IAQ 2010 limit of 40% to 70%. The result of both nurseries show that the level of relative humidity is 60% to 90%. Relative humidity is an important environmental factor that could affect the thermal comfort in a building. The results show that RH is higher in the morning and start to decrease in the evening. This is because the warmer the air, the greater its capacity for water vapor. Relative humidity is reliant on temperature condition. This is proved by when the RH increases as the temperature falls toward the dew point and decreases as it rises. Next, figure 4 shows the level of carbon monoxide concentration at two different nurseries. The analysis showed that all the selected area, which are 0.3 to 3.0 ppm, comply with the requirement of ICOP IAQ, which is 10 ppm. The carbon monoxide outdoor concentration are 0.1 to 3.35 ppm, also comply with Malaysian ambient air quality guideline. CO concentration started to decrease in the morning and started to decrease in the evening. Indoor CO concentration can be influenced by cooking activities in the nurseries. According to previous study, household appliances such as gas fire, boilers, cookers, and open fire, which use gas, may possible sources of CO gas, while for outdoor CO concentration is increased because of motor vehicle engine that can produce amount of CO within 10 minutes. Figure 5 shows the concentrations of carbon dioxide in two different nurseries, which range from 603.5 to 1155.5 ppm for indoor concentration, which is not all areas are complied with ICOP IAQ 2010, which is 1000 ppm. The area is not complied with the requirement is S2, which is dining area where all occupants gather in small room to eat without opening the windows. The higher concentrations of CO2 are due to the high number of occupants inside the building. CO2 concentration value directly linked with the number of occupants and their activity. The indoor CO2 concentration in nurseries usually use an alternative to describe the ventilation rate. Figure 6 shows the trend of indoor and outdoor PM10 concentration at two nurseries. The indoor PM10 is measured in selected area, and the range of concentration are between 0.022 to 0.07 mg per cubic meter. Are complied with ICOP IAQ 2010, which are below 0.15 mg per cubic meter, while the range of outdoor PM10 concentration are 0.0195 to 0.0475 mg per cubic meter, are also complied with Malaysian ambient air quality standard, which are 40 mg per cubic meter. The level of PM10 is higher in the morning because of activity inside the building, such as sweeping and cooking activity, while the window is closed. Previous studies stated that cooking activities and cleaning activities were found to contribute significantly to higher PM concentration and corresponding to elevated level PM in the building. Let's move to indoor and outdoor ratio, or IO ratio. It was used to determine the relationship between indoor and outdoor pollutant. The result is IO more than 1.2, indoor concentration is higher than outdoor and might be due to the indoor causes. While IO less than 0.8, indoor concentration less than outdoors, illustrating possible outdoor influence. The table shows the summary of indoor and outdoor ratio of all parameter concentration. From the table, the PM10 concentration in S1 is higher than S2, where the IO ratio of S1 is 1, which is influenced by outdoor contaminants. This is because the nursery is located beside of the roadside where the motor vehicle pass by. Indoor and outdoor ratio as selected areas was less than 1 except of CO, CO2, RH and temperature. Next is correlation analysis. The correlation analysis showed a statistical relationship between two parameters. The value 0 to 0.3 indicate as weak, the between value 0.3 and 0.7 indicate as moderate, and the strong represent between 0.7 to 1. The statistically significant level of this relationship was determined by comparing the calculated p-value, which is 0.05. Spearman correlation conducted shows in the table to evaluate relationship between two parameters. As shown in the table, there are strong correlation between parameters, but inversely, such as relative humidity and temperature at both nursery. This is because the temperature will change due to amounts of moisture availability. The relative humidity is usually highest around sunrise. Next, there exists moderate correlation between relative humidity and PM10 at TPK UNISA and temperature and wind speed at TPK UNISA. Lastly, the results of Spearman correlation indicates that low correlation between CO and CO2, RH and PM10, CO2 and PM10 at TPK UNISA. Okay, this is my research plan or Gantt chart. There are 20% left before I complete my final year project. Okay, this is my selected list of references. That's all from me. Thank you.